Bob Regnerus of Feed Stories, Part 6. This is the final piece of our interview with Bob Regnerus. I'll have a wrap up afterwards tomorrow, but in the meantime, watch this piece and check out the rest of it. If you would like to be on this podcast or have me on your podcast or speak at your event, go check out brianjpombo.com. And now here is Bob Regnerus. It's kind of random, and you could take it any direction you want if you have anything. But the question is there anything that you're reading right now or listening to or watching that's really captivated you? It'd be something you'd be interested in sharing with us.
Interesting. So I can answer this a couple ways. Number one is I have been a casual golfer for 2 decades. I really started kind of in my 20s. I turned 50 last year, um, but my wife also picked it up. And so the parallel here is this: is that I'm not going to be in my business 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Not possible, right? Um, I really feel like you need to feed multiple parts of your body and your soul to like really be effective. So I've gotten to the point, and COVID kind of like accelerated this for me. I keep using that word. I should find a different word. Um, but I set up my week so that I'm working hard Monday through Thursday. Fridays are a day where I kind of do catch up. I do some reading, I do some learning, and then especially during the warmer months, I'm out on the golf course with my wife on Fridays. Okay. And Saturdays and Sundays, maybe I'll pick up another round or whatever. But I find that I can stay mentally sharp about what I'm doing in my business if I'm forcing my mind to be mentally sharp about something else. So it's diversifying kind of what it's kind of like if you're working out and all you do is like bench press, you get real big pecs, but like your biceps and your back, like you're out of kilter. I think that happens with people is like they're going to work on their business 7 days a week, but like everything else kind of shrivels up. So the relationships fail. Like for me, golf is like I'm a competitive person. Obviously, you can probably get that from me. I'm competitive. My wife is competitive. It's a great way to get exercise. So I'm exercising my body. I'm outside. I'm with my wife. We're working on our relationship. Like there's a lot of things there. So my advice is like, yeah, you want to kind of keep up with what's going on in your industry and things like that. But there needs to be this whole idea of like, I need to get away and force my body and my mind to do something else. I think that's the thing that I really learned is like, I've done the 6, 7 days a week thing, and you just get to a point where it's like it's not worth it anymore. Like, what am I really doing here? So I'm working on my golf game. I'm working on relationships like three days a week, and working on my business 4 days a week. I'm really happy I've been able to structure it that way.
Oh, that's brilliant. And such a good point, and it's not mentioned often enough, I don't think. I think a lot more people are being more open about that because at one time it was looked down upon, especially, in the most popular circles. But boy,
Right.
that's so important.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, like when you're working, you want to be focused and hardworking, right? I think a lot of us in this industry were taught that we're entrepreneurs and we're just kind of wired to work hard. And either it's our I had a lot of that instilled by my parents. If you're going to do a good job, do it right, type of thing. But you can take it to an extreme, and I think one of the things I think you just learn this over time and with experience is like, you know what? There's some other things that are worth it too, and you could actually be sharper during your work time if you play as hard as you work. Perry's been real good at kind of talking about that.
Mm.
I don't know if others are, but certainly Perry talks about Renaissance time, and he says, entrepreneurs need to play as hard as they work, because that's what fuels them. Like we're fueled by action and things like that. So I've taken that to heart, and it's been really good for me to really do that, especially over the last year. And I'm not looking to change that routine at all, even if we come out of when the world goes back to normal. so to speak. Like, I don't want to go back to necessarily the way I did things before. I think if anything, we've learned, okay, there's a different way to go about this. And so, I'm going to seek to kind of stay on this path that I've been on the past year and really keep working on that.
Oh, that's really important. That's so good. So good to hear. Um, we can go on and on and on, but I really love what I've heard from you so far. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you'd really like to answer?
Wow. We've gone some ways that I haven't, like, I've done a lot of these. This is really good because I've talked about things today that I haven't talked about in probably the past 50 interviews. So
Oh, great.
it's really good. It's good to talk about this stuff, quite frankly. I've got a couple of young guys that I mentor casually. It's not a formal thing, but we talk and things like that. And these are the types of things that come up, but you can only get that out of somebody who's lived. And so, part of I think, as I'm thinking about that, is as they're 30 somethings going to me, I'm looking at people that are older and have been through the ringer, so to speak, or at least had the similar experiences. I think that's always a good thing to kind of learn from people that have been through the ropes a little bit, been through the trials. There's nothing like living through something to really become wise, but there's also something to, like, heeding the advice of somebody who's lived through it. It's probably a really good way to avoid some pain,
Yeah.
right? To take somebody's experience and go, you know what, I really think you shouldn't do that, or I really think this would be a better idea. And if they've got the life experience to back it up, it's probably a good thing. Um, but yeah, some really cool stuff that I haven't dug into. I'm like looking forward to, like, going back to this transcript because,
Yeah.
like, hey, this is some stuff that I could probably write a lot more about and do some videos
It sounds like,
about.
I mean,
So
you really could go in any direction with this. There's
yeah.
so much good meat on the bone there. I really appreciate the time you spent with me, Bob. I hope we can do it in the future sometime.
Oh, this has been fascinating. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, thanks so much for being on Brian J. Pombo Live.
So good. Looking
That,
forward to the next time.
yeah.
For full conversations, go to bjpchats.com.